Hey everyone, Paul, he, him, his pronouns, Vermont State University's Chief Diversity Officer, and I'm so excited to be here with Ashtin, one of our staff members, as a part of the Every Person Has a Story series. We're going to spend a little bit of time getting to hear Ashtin's story, and I'm really excited because I think you're going to enjoy getting to know him a little better as well. Well, welcome, Ashtin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Can you just first start by, telling us who you are? If you want to share your pronouns, that's great. How long you've been at Vermont State University and what you do here?
Right on. Yeah, so my name is Ashtin Bowden. I am a student success advisor here at Vermont State University. I use he, him pronouns. And yeah, very excited. I moved to Vermont in August. So it's brand new, the whole university, the state, the people. It's just been such an enriching experience just to learn more every day and just to be a part of something new. I always think that I could find home in a lot of places. So I wasn't really fearful of moving to a whole new state right away. And I think it is what you make it. So I'm just trying to make it fun for me.
Is there anything that drew you here to Vermont?
Ooh, my lover. Yeah.
Okay.
She's wonderful, and we've been together for about 2 years now. But it's great to be in Vermont. This is her home, and it's great to share it with her. And I honestly love the work too here at Vermont State University. Definitely wanted to switch into higher education, just coming from a background of traditional school settings and outdoor education.
Okay.
So definitely wanted to get more involved with the adult population, in education.
Yeah.
And just reflecting on my own experiences going to school, and I would love to give other students what I maybe did not have, or even double down on the things that I really enjoyed and just try to give that to them in a new way.
That's great. That's awesome. And I think our students are obviously so lucky to have a student success advisor like you.
I hope so.
Yeah. So what types of things keep you busy? Like, are there hobbies that you have or activities that you like to do?
Yeah. Wow. Well, work. Wow, that's a big hobby. That's number one right there. I would say, honestly, hiking, being outside. We have beautiful trails out by our house. I'm right by a river, so I'm usually just sitting by the river when it's not snow and ice.
Yeah.
But when it is snowing and icing, I love to go snowboarding. I'm over at Pico pretty much every weekend.
Oh, okay.
So, it was my first season snowboarding. I used to skateboard in college. I started a skateboarding club my senior year in college, which is pretty cool. And so that really translated over to snowboarding. So anything active is something that I really enjoy. It's just really thrilling to sweat. That's my own personal preference.
Yeah. So you said this is your first year snowboarding?
Yeah. So I did try one time back in college before I started skateboarding. My friend just took me. I used to go to school in Ohio, so we went to Mad River Mountain, if anyone's ever heard. But I didn't really like it. It was hard.
Back then,
and I grew up skiing in Pennsylvania, so my dad used to take us, and then he tore his Achilles, so we stopped going.
Okay.
Naturally, and I just picked up winter sports since I came back here, and I'm telling you, every day I'm out there on the weekend and just for hours, and nothing better.
Was there like a pretty easy transition from kind of being a skateboarder to a snowboarder, like in terms of like the balance and kind of perhaps even the art associated with the sports?
Definitely. So I like to blend these three together. It's skateboarding, snowboarding, and surfing.
Okay.
They're all pretty much the same kind of mechanics and motions with physics. Obviously each play a different part. The snow and the ice, less friction. The road and concrete, you really feel yourself dragging, and the water is just different. I don't know if you've ever been on the water, boogie boarding, surfing, just feeling kind of like an invisible force push you along. It's pretty unreal. So the translation was really easy to go back to snowboarding, and I surfed as well, so I just try to marry all the motions together, and it's super fun.
I've never been surfing before. I have, been on a boogie board, so I have a little bit of a feeling of what you're just talking about. But, I definitely I know what you mean by that invisible kind of force. I just got my first split board through an organization called Unlikely Riders that supports kind of people of color and queer and trans people kind of getting out into these winter sports, and so excited, about that.
I'm jealous that you got that split board because
Yeah.
I know about the group as well, and I've went to ride with them. I was just there every Sunday at Okemo.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm a part of that, and it's really great community, and it's really awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really proficient at it or anything along those lines yet, but I am excited to, keep on getting better at it. So
yeah, let me know if you ever want to go.
Nice. Well, my last question is really just, obviously there's so many stories that make up who we are, but I was curious if there's one story in particular that you'd be open to share that, would help us get to know who you are a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, so I like to say probably my favorite line is just come as you are. And another one is heart of many ages. So I think once we go through one age, it's a part of us forever. There's always going to be a 7-year-old kid in me. We lived that kind of innocence before. So this story that I'm going to say is when I was road tripping across the country, I went to go work in Oregon at a state park for a season. And I met this man named Bill and Becky, and they lived in Idaho, but they were camp hosts. And so Bill and I were working together for the season, and this is just an older white man, used to live in Georgia, the South, went to the military. And this was the year 2020, probably a year when racial tension was just super high.
Yeah.
And him and I had the best relationship. I'm sure he votes otherwise of what I voted for. Or actually, didn't even vote, but maybe you want to cut that out. Anyway, we had conversations that I feel like other people would be able to have. I think the media or whoever, social pressures are telling us that him and I probably should not be getting along. And I could have walked into that scenario thinking that he's against me, everything's terrible, but we really laid a foundation where we could have conversations, be respectful, and disagree with each other.
Yeah.
So there was one claim that he made that was it's pretty off the wall, but I think how I responded to it was great. We talked about why he believes what he believed, and then I showed him on my phone why it wasn't true. And he was just very accepting of the information that I was bringing to him. I wasn't attacking him. I didn't make him feel anything other than just a person who maybe misunderstood something.
Yeah.
And I think it was a great moment for us to just kind of bond and be really respectful. Like we were talking about some war or something, and after he said what he said, he stopped and he asked me, so, well, what do you think about it? And because I gave him that same respect to ask him what he thought about something. It was just a beautiful conversation, and I feel like I walk through life with those kind of mentalities or reminder. I try to remind myself of that story. Because we're all humans in America, we're trying to take care of ourselves and our family and eat and be healthy, and I think that's something that everyone feels, regardless of your political ideation. And I think that's a very common ground to start.
Yeah, I agree. So the two sayings were "come as you are," and then the second one was "heart
of many ages."
Heart of many ages.
Yeah. So and I think that also it's a good word to. I think deference is the word where you can just listen and acknowledge other people's experiences without judgment, right? And there's this, I can't remember the full saying, but it's knowing that the smallest among us have the most wise things to share at times. And I used to work with children, right? So these kids will teach me way more things about myself and the world just by them being themselves and literally coming as they are. There's unapologetically themselves.
Yeah.
And I just always wonder when that was kind of lost for people, right?
Sure.
Yeah. These kids are just loving and they just want to be your friend and be themselves. And I think that's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Our daughter is 10,
Mm.
and like I feel that, every day, just the enormity of her kind of heart and her spirit, and I hope that obviously stays that way for a long, long, long time.
It'll always be there.
Yes.
Heart of ages.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I've really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit through this story. I hope that all of you have also enjoyed listening and just learning a little bit more about Ashtin and his story. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
All right.
I appreciate it.